Hello students, good evening. In this video we are going to explain the next part of the post-war world. In this video we are going to explain the relationship of India and our neighboring country Bangladesh. And we know from the starting onwards, India has been following a path of peace, truth and non-violence, which was adopted by Mahatma Gandhi ji. And in our foreign policy also we are strongly following the non-violence policy. And we know the present neighboring countries with our India, Pakistan and Bangladesh, which was known as East Pakistan, and of course Myanmar for the further extension, and Bhutan, Nepal and China, and Pakistan afterwards, Afghanistan. So these are the neighboring countries of India. And with these countries, how and what is the policy of India? We explained to you already in the previous video what is the foreign policy formulated by Nehru's government towards our neighboring country. And in this video we are going to learn about India and Bangladesh relationship. And we know India got 1947. India got freedom in 1947, August 15th. And the present Bangladesh was once upon a time called as East Pakistan. So, the present Bangladesh was once known as East Pakistan. 1947, in the same year, with 1 day difference, India got freedom August 15th. And we know August 15th, India, August 14th by Pakistan. And we know how it came. Though British announced at the same time, because of differences in the latitudinal, longitudinal location of our India and Pakistan, our India's longitude is 82.5 degree, whereas compared to India's longitude, Pakistan standard time is backward. That's why Pakistan is celebrating every year 14th August as their Independence Day, whereas India is celebrating 15th August is our Independence Day. But the main concept we have to understand here, after partitioning of two countries based on religion, northwest part is separated from India, which is to be called as Pakistan. And when Pakistan is divided from our India, Pakistan comprised two areas are there. This is to be called as northwest side, it means West Pakistan, and this was to be called as East Pakistan. The then East Pakistan is now called as Bangladesh. And in these two areas, their location is separate, but these two are collectively considered as one country, Pakistan. But slowly, East Pakistani people are completely neglected by West Pakistan. That was the blame of East Pakistan. So, in East Pakistan, an important politician came out. He was Mujibur Rahman. With the party Awami League. Mujibur Rahman with the party Awami League. And he got maximum seats in the election in the year of 1970. And Mujibur Rahman had been demanding so many years onwards for separation from Pakistan. But Pakistan rejected the proposal of Mujibur Rahman. And ultimately in the year of 1970, when Mujibur Rahman won in the election, and he asked help from our India. And for the lucky of Bangladesh people, India accepted to help to East Pakistan for their independence from Pakistan. It means ultimately East Pakistan, it means Mujibur Rahman soldiers and Indian soldiers both attacked on Pakistan. And in this war occurred in 1970 and 71. In this war, Pakistan was defeated by the combined forces of India and East Pakistan. As a result, in the world map, a separate country is formed in the name of Bangladesh. It means East Pakistan, the previous East Pakistan is called as Bangladesh, and a new country is formed on the world map in the name of Bangladesh. And in 1971, when Bangladesh was formed, it means it is clear Bangladesh got freedom definitely with the help of India. But we know it was once upon a time a part in Pakistan. Definitely the attitude of Pakistan and the East Pakistan, it means present Bangladesh, both are always negative on our India. That's why India is not in a position to believe these two countries. And moreover, like Pakistan, Bangladesh also committed for many illegal crimes in our India in order to disturb our unity. How Pakistan is encouraging terrorism, the same way Bangladesh also many times encouraged its arrogancy nature, and we are observing nowadays Rohingya Muslims entered in India from Bangladesh. In the same way, many illegal entering of Bangladesh people was observed in our India. And to stop the same activities in further days, Indian government had taken a decision. In order to stop these activities, India decided to construct a fencing in the surrounding areas of Bangladesh. It means on the surrounding area of Bangladesh, our India has built a fencing border. When India built the fencing around Bangladesh, which activity taken by India created anger in the mind of Bangladesh. That's why Bangladesh commented that India is acting as a big brother in this region. And by these efforts, we are observing the relationship between Bangladesh and India was disturbed. And Bangladesh commented India is acting as a big brother. But still India has been extending its helping hand towards Bangladesh and Pakistan. And India's look east policy, if we take India's look east policy, though Pakistan and Bangladesh both are enemies to India, India is giving a sustainable partnership to these two countries, Pakistan and Bangladesh. Even SAARC, Southeast Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. In the SAARC summit also, Southeast Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. In these SAARC conferences also, the SAARC headquarters is located at Dhaka, the capital of Bangladesh, and India is taking active part in this SAARC, and it is giving the importance to these two countries. So ultimately, what we conclude about the relationship between India and Bangladesh, when Bangladesh got freedom with the help of India, though Bangladesh is not in a position to behave properly with our India, and many people entered in our India illegally from Bangladesh. And not only they are coming to India, and they are to be treated as outsiders by Assam people, and there were many struggles done by Assam people in order to remove, in order to eliminate the outsiders who came from Bangladesh. And during the Congress government, these illegal entering of Bangladesh Muslims into our India was observed very more. Recently, Indian government has been taking many actions and supervision on the Bangladesh bordering areas. So this is about Bangladesh and India relationship. And if we go to the remaining one more country, Sri Lanka, one more neighboring country, Sri Lanka with our India. And we know, along with India, Sri Lanka got freedom in 1948, 1 year later compared to our India. And during the British government, more than 200 years back approximately, many Tamilians were migrated to Sri Lanka. It means Tamilians went to Sri Lanka during the British government. But they developed number of heirs. Slowly the population of Tamilians had been rapidly increased. But after getting freedom in 1948, Sri Lanka government did not recognize Tamilians as citizens of Sri Lanka. That's why slowly a rivalry was began between Sri Lanka government and Tamil people. Actually, Sri Lanka comprised 74% of Sinhalese, 18% of the Tamilians. In this 18% comprised by 13% of Sri Lanka Tamilians and 5% of Indian Tamilians. So, what was the rivalry began between the Sri Lanka and India, Sri Lanka and Tamil people? The Tamil people who came from India and settled in Sri Lanka were not recognized as Sri Lanka citizens by Sri Lanka government. So Sri Lanka rejected to live Tamilians in their country. And it means we can say ultimately the Tamil people were completely neglected by Sri Lanka. That's why Tamilians established a separate illegal organization and a terrorist activities organization. We call it as LTTE, Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam. Velu Pillai Prabhakaran was the founder of this LTTE, Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam. And this organization continued many illegal activities, kidnapping of the Sri Lanka ministers, killing of the prominent persons, and creating disturbances for the stability of Sri Lanka government. In this way, many years an internal rivalry was going on between Tamilians and Sri Lanka government. Tamilians demanded a separate country for them, and which was rejected by Sri Lanka government. Ultimately, Tamilians demanded a separate country. So in this critical condition, Sri Lanka government asked our India's help. It is seeming to be a wrong decision taken by our India to help Sri Lanka against Tamilians. But whatever the decision, ultimately during the period of Rajiv Gandhi's prime ministership, with the help of India, Sri Lanka government wanted to suppress the activities of Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam, LTTE. And this was the main reason behind the anger of Tamil people, who decided to kill the Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi, who was the PM of India. And when Rajiv Gandhi came to Perambudur in Sri Lanka for election canvass in 1991, on May 21st, from the Sri Lanka, the two women, LTTE belonged terrorist women, came and they tie up a belt bomb and they were responsible for the assassination of Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. That's why every year May 21st is being celebrated as Anti-Terrorist Day. But after this incident, after the death of Rajiv Gandhi, the relationship between Sri Lanka and India has been declined. But in the recent decades again, we recover that relationship. Again, we have been continuing relationship with Sri Lanka. So this is about the last part of 20th lesson, the post-war world and India and its neighboring countries. Thank you.